Okay, well I figured while I need to do a water change on my little nano tank here, I might as well show you what I use for my water changing system. Okay, so to start, this is just a drinking water safe. It's like a Camco, I believe it's a 20-foot hose. I bought it from Walmart. Make sure that it's drinking water safe. That's also safe for fish. Then I have this piece here. I got it at Lowe's. It's just an adapter to slide the PVC in. So that goes in there and hooks up to the hose. And then, let's see, I bought one of these. This is a waterbed siphon fill drain kit. It's like $6 on eBay. And you're gonna need a sink adapter for it. Now, I made the mistake of just buying one online, and I'm not even sure where my other one is, but this is a second one I had to buy. I won't focus on it. Because the inside threads of this, they're plastic, and you can kind of see how it's white a little bit. For some reason, it's not focusing real well. But anyways, it's, oh, there you go. You can see the plastic has kind of been shredded a little bit. So that's because I had the wrong piece, a wrong adapter piece. If this will focus, you can see that the edges of the larger threads are very sharp, while the adapter that I had before, the edges were very square, and so it was just destroying those threads, and it was leaking, and it wouldn't hold. So I had to buy this piece. So just make sure that you have the right piece to fit this if you're going to do this setup. I got this at Lowe's. It was like $6 or $7. And make sure that you put this O-ring in, because it looks like it's extra because there's already one inside of it. And I wasn't putting it in because it wasn't in the package, and it was leaking underneath my sink, and I thought my sink was leaking anyways. So yeah, make sure you put that O-ring in. Then I have a little, this is a custom, this is what I usually use to fill. Gosh, I don't know why it won't focus. This is just a piece of hose that I bought at Lowe's. I think I bought about a foot of it. It's pretty heavy duty. It's reinforced. And then I have a couple of elbows and a couple of adapter pieces so I can hook it up to the hose. And then this random piece of plastic that I found that fits on the hose, and it helps kind of diffuse the flow. So yeah, this is for refilling, and I made it with the elbows so that it would sit on the edge of the tank, and you don't have to worry about the hose coming out, so I just set it on the edge of the tank and it fills. And then I have a couple other pieces. This is what I've been using for draining because the flow is higher when you have the pressure from the sink. I took an old gravel vacuum piece and attached it to a piece of PVC so that it fits on my hose. And then underneath here, I don't really want to take it apart, but let's see. I just cut a little chunk of the hose on the gravel vacuum, and I left that. And then I just used a couple of rubber bands that come on the fish bags, kind of as O-rings, and it makes a pretty tight seal on this PVC. And that's about it. I just have a couple of lengths of this. I don't like using this piece that much, but I also had the PVC really long, so if it's at the right length, it doesn't really matter. Lately, I've just been using this for drain and fill. It depends on if you're going to gravel vac. I have sand, and so if I vacuum the sand, it just sucks up a bunch of sand. So I just mix up the sand and get all the crud in the water so that it's out in the water. And at that point, this will just suck everything in. It's got some pretty good suction flow. So I'll set it up and get it ready for the water change, and then I'll show you how it goes from there. Okay, so here I have the gravel or the water changing system running. It sits real well on the side of the tank. The hose runs very well to the bathroom. Easy setup. And it takes me 10-15 minutes to do a water change. between drain and fill. So there's that. Alright, and here's the tank on the fill part of the water change process. I think the biggest thing to be careful with this kind of setup is the flow is pretty strong. So if you have any kind of scaping done in your tank, you have to be careful that the flow isn't going to blow the sand everywhere or uproot a bunch of plants, because I have had issues with that many times. But if you don't turn the sink all the way on, as long as you can get the temperature of the water right, then that's not much to worry about. And it shouldn't be a problem with the way it's just angling flow. I think is the biggest thing when you're refilling. Just angle it to where it's not gonna blow anything, and then just have the water on at a lower fill rate. So okay, well there it is. Water's changed, nice and clean. No more nitrites, nitrates, ammonia, etc. Then you have to worry about draining the hose that is full of water from filling. And so you have to be careful, because otherwise it will spill everywhere. But I just like to bring it in here into the sink, and then you just open it back up to drain, and it will immediately start sucking from the hose. And then you just bring out the hose.